Hi guys, it's Jackie here. So today I wanted to invite you to have a chit chat about the costs of living in Bali, beautiful Bali. So I feel like, some of you might be thinking, when we make this dream happen, can we just pack up everything and go and live in Bali? Well, I definitely think you can. And today I'll tell you the exact costs of what I'm paying. And you'll get to see, is it possible? Is it something maybe you could do? So firstly, I guess the biggest cost of living in Bali is this. The green school, but not just the green school. I think any international school in Bali or anywhere in the world is probably going to be one of your largest costs, but definitely in Bali it's one of your biggest costs. It's actually probably for us over half of all our other expenses. So the school is a lot of what we spend our money on. So the green school costs us, I'm going to say on average, because I've got 3 children at the green school, and it varies depending on what grade the children are in. So on average I would say we spend about $14,000 to send our kids to this beautiful school. So that's our largest cost, and then we're going to move on to our second biggest cost, and I wonder if you can think of what that might be. Maybe not, but let's go have a look and see. Let's go. Aha, so did you guess that of course our house was the second biggest cost in Bali? I'm sure you probably did. So if you come to Bali, I would say if you have around 1,500 US to $2,500 a month, you would get something pretty nice, something like I'm in, something like this. But this is Bali, so you can go to the extreme of either end. You can pay $10,000 a month and get an unbelievable place, and you can pay less. I do know someone in a local Balinese village, and they pay $2,000 for a whole year. So there are definitely options to explore, but I think when you first get here and you're thinking about, okay, how much is this going to cost, then if you average on 1,500 US to $2,500 a month, then you'll be sorted. Though the extras that come with your house are really just you're paying for electricity normally and gas. So I'm in an eco house, so we're on a gas bottle, and I have a gas bottle for hot water and I have a gas bottle for my stove, and that costs me around $10. My hot water, I'm getting a new gas bottle every 2 weeks, and for the stove I've only had to use one in a month. So once a month, that $10 for my gas, and then the electricity is around $45 a month. Now I don't use a lot of electricity. We don't ever use air conditioning. We have fans, we use those, but I don't use air conditioning. I hate that. Oh, that fakeness of the cool air. So that's around $45 a month. Included in our house, of course, we have a gardener, we have internet's included, and we have a cleaner 3 times a week. So that's included in our costs in our house, and most houses in that monthly fee would definitely be your gardener, your pool cleaner, and your cleaner, your pumbatu. So guys, did you guess that this was our third biggest cost? Maybe not. But you know what? Most people that come to Bali hire a driver with a car, or you hire a driver and then you rent them a car. And those costs range from starting point at about 7 million Indonesian rupee, which is about $488, and it can go up till about, look, I know people that pay 11 million a month, so it's really how good your negotiating skills are maybe. But I have decided to drive in Bali, yay. And I rent this car monthly for 4 million Indonesian rupee, which is 278 US dollars. So I definitely think if you're comfortable and you can drive in Bali and you've got your international driver's license and your home driver's license, it's a good way to go. I love the freedom of being able to drive in Bali, but definitely if you have a driver, it is your third biggest cost. But even without a driver, it's still right up there with one of my largest costs that I am spending in Bali. So then we go on to our next biggest cost, and these are gonna be all about our food and really how we're living, because those are the smallest costs that I pay in Bali is my food and how we live and our gas and all that. So we're gonna have an explore of that. Let's go! So guys, we got all of this fruit. So we got grapes, we got carrots, we got bok choy, we got 2 pineapples, we got watermelon, we got dragon fruit. If you don't know what a dragon fruit looks like, this is it. It's beautiful. So we got all of that for $5 US. And this will last me, I would say I do this about twice a week. So this will last me for 2 or 3 days and then we're back. So really you're spending about $10 US on your fruit. Definitely your fruit for a week and then some of your veggies. So yeah, let's go to the next place. Is it able? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. See you then. So guys, I've decided to get my laundry done at places, and this is because when I get my laundry done, it's right next to the green school, and I drop it off on the way to school because I actually went to buy laundry powder the other day, and I try and buy an eco laundry powder, and it was $19. So I nearly died. And so here I get my laundry done and they wash dry, it all gets ironed and folded, and it costs us around $2.80 US for around a 4 kg load. So I'm only doing this maybe 2, maybe sometimes 3 times a week, but it just works out so cheap. It's actually not worth me doing it myself. Like, why would I, when I can just drop it here? I pick it up right at school pickup, and then we have all the beautiful folded ironed clothes. So yeah, so that's another plus of living in Bali. Let's go. So guys, what comes with a car, of course, is you need to pay for petrol. So here is, my car's a 7-seater, so this is unbelievable because I have a 7-seater in my home country in New Zealand, and it costs about 130 New Zealand dollars to fill up. So my 7-seater in Bali costs $19 US to fill up. So petrol here is so much cheaper. So even if you're driving all the time, you just don't need to worry because yeah, $19 to fill up my car. Crazy! Now we're at Pepito, which is really, it's one of my local supermarkets, really close to the house. So, do you know what? I don't buy a lot actually since coming to Bali at the supermarket because, of course, as you've seen, we buy all our fruit and veggies at markets. My bread I get delivered. I have an amazing lady who makes my banana bread, and you'll find out that I'm not really cooking much because it's just so cheap to not. So we have breakfast and lunch at home, and I make the kids school lunches. So we don't do a lot of buying at the supermarket, but we'll go in and I'll show you what we do buy. Let's go. So what I do buy at the supermarket is butter. And I'm going to shock you because this is the butter I buy, and it's around $5 US, which isn't super expensive, I guess, but do you know what? It's a lot more expensive than, say, what I'd maybe spend otherwise on butter. So we buy butter. That's one of the things. And another thing we do buy is yogurt, this beautiful French yogurt. But I have to say, so each one is $1.20 US. So it's a real treat, but my Kingston loves this yogurt, so Mama buys it. And then our other thing we buy is, of course, milk. And milk's really cheap, so it's not a problem. We buy almond milk here, there's lots of options. And we also buy Jersey cow milk, so that's another thing we buy. And then And then the other thing that I buy, if my kids are very lucky, they will get bacon. We don't often buy bacon because I don't love it. But you know what? This is what we buy, and it's only around, for that, it costs about $1.50 US. So again, it's not really expensive. And then my other thing that I do buy at the supermarket is eggs. I always eat eggs, and you can buy eggs everywhere at little markets. But you know what, I have no idea that when they were collected, they don't have an expiry date or a use by date, and I have asked a number of times, and they're not really sure. So for safety, I buy eggs at the supermarket. So let's go buy eggs. So these are the eggs I buy, and so that is 44,000 Indonesian rupee. So that is around, say, $3.70 maybe US. So that's pretty good, right? Toilet paper is cheap, 55,000 rupee for all that. So what's that, like $4, maybe 30 US? So that's fine. Other than that, I guess, you've got your toothpaste, you've got your shampoo. I don't buy any of that here because I had bought so much with me from New Zealand, so I don't really need that yet, but when I do, I will be buying it here. So that's really it. I can't think of anything else that I buy at Pepito. Like I said, it's kind of weird. We do go to little shops and get little bits and pieces here, or we go to the markets and we buy stuff. So it's just really those few things that I buy on a regular basis at the supermarket. So that's it. We're done with our shopping at Pepito. Let's go pay. So guys, in Bali we have Grab and we have Gojek, and they are delivery providers, and they are a dream. They are like so cheap. So I don't love to cook, as most people know. I love to bake, so that's the difference. But what I've found is to get Gojek or Grab to deliver food to me, it costs around 70 US cents, would you believe, to get something delivered to me. So, and then the food's so cheap, so we can get vegan cafes to deliver to us for the 70 cents, and it's just not worth me cooking most nights, because for us, we can feed all of us for around $24 US for dinner each night. So like last night I cooked, I do cook sometimes, I cook around 3 nights a week, and then the rest we Gojek or we grab, because it is just so reasonable. So last night I did cook. I went to a beautiful organic supermarket and I bought food, and it cost around $25 to buy all the ingredients to cook just a pesto pasta for the family. So it's really, when I talk to people that have been here for years and years, they say they love to cook and that's why they do it. And I think that's it. If you love to cook, you'll do it, because it's not necessarily works out cheaper. We can get vegan food, we can get whatever we want. Like Kingston, he gets this amazing Italian pizza in the weekend delivered to us, and it costs around $4.20 US, including delivery, to get it sent to us. It's a large Italian pizza, so I can't even make it for that. So that's why I'm loving Grab Gojek. I know it's a little lazy because I'm not cooking much, but I'm kind of like, why? Because I don't love to do it, and it works out so reasonable to get Grab or Gojek to deliver it to me and order from any restaurant that I really choose. They really have so many options that every night it's like, okay, Mexican, vegan, pizza, pasta, any options we can have. So that is why I'm not cooking. Don't hate me for it. I think when you come to Bali and you see it, it's just like, oh well, if I can get it delivered and beautifully made food for $24 and the ingredients would probably cost more, it works out. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So yay, we get to go eat now. Let's go and eat. Thanks guys for coming along and joining us and seeing exactly how much it costs in 2021 to live in beautiful Bali. We'll see you soon though, and we'll catch up next week. Bye for now. See ya.